You know you've got a comeback in you. When you take the next step, you're going to make it count. For your career, for your family, for your life. You can earn a degree you're proud of with Purdue Global. Purdue Global is backed by Purdue University, one of the nation's most respected and innovative public universities. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. This is your comeback. Purdue Global, Purdue's online university for working adults. Start your comeback today at purdueglobal.edu.
She's seen Encanto more times than she can count. And she can count to 10. She mentioned Mirabel in every conversation. But the moment she actually met Mirabel, she was speechless. That's pura magia. Find yours at Walt Disney World Resort.
5 years, 10 months, and 2 days. That's how long it took to grow the 38 inches to ride on Cali River Rapids. But the moment the wait finally ended, that was pura magia. Discover it at Walt Disney World Resort.
Hello, my name is Abby Delk. I'm a producer at Wonder Media Network, and I'm excited to be guest hosting this episode of Womanica. This month, we're diving into the divas of history, examining how the label has been used from many angles, whether describing women pejoratively or with admiration. Today, we're talking about a singer whose powerful operatic voice made her an international sensation. But her fame and talent hid a lifetime of pressure and pain. Let's talk about Maria Malibran. Maria was born Maria Garcia in 1808 in Paris, into a prestigious musical family led by her Spanish parents. Her mother, also named Maria, was a soprano and an actress. Her father, Manuel Garcia, was a tenor, esteemed composer, and vocal teacher. He trained Maria and her two siblings in music and singing. Although Manuel's daughters would become famous for their talent, his methods of developing this talent were controlling and abusive. Maria's vocal range was naturally low, but her father pushed and trained her to reach high notes in the soprano range. Sometimes, he drove Maria to tears during her lessons, or punished her with violent anger if she didn't get things right. This painful relationship would shape the rest of Maria's career. Maria performed throughout her childhood, beginning when she was just 5 years old. In 1825, when she was 17, she debuted in London. Later that year, her father moved the family to New York City with the goal of introducing Italian opera to American audiences. Maria performed in popular works by her father, Mozart, and the Italian composer Rossini, and soon became America's first opera star. In February of 1826, Maria was scheduled to play the character of Desdemona in a Rossini adaptation of Shakespeare's play Othello. Desdemona, which means ill-fated, enrages her father when she elopes with her lover Othello, the hero of the play. In this adaptation, Maria's father, Manuel, played Othello. Maria was nervous about the role, as she had little time to prepare and was expected to play opposite her father as a romantic lead. During the opening night of the show, they reached the climactic point where Othello attacks Desdemona with a dagger. Manuel ran at his daughter with a real dagger, not the fake prop. Maria screamed, which the audience believed to be part of the show. Manuel later claimed he had misplaced the prop dagger. But it's possible this frightening act, in front of a live audience, came as a warning to Maria. Not long after, Maria tried to escape life with her father by marrying a wealthy French businessman against her father's wishes. She also stopped performing in his opera company. But the marriage soured once it was clear that Maria's husband was actually in debt. and she had to use her income to pay it off. She eventually returned to Paris alone. In Europe, she performed regularly and amassed a devoted following. She could sing in 3 languages in varied styles. Crowds flocked wherever she performed. Once, her arrival in Venice for a show stopped traffic for hours. At one point, a contemporary novelist saw her in another adaptation of Othello and wrote about it, "She made me weep, shudder, in a word, suffer, as if I had been witnessing a real-life scene. This woman is the foremost genius of Europe." In 1829, Maria met and fell in love with the violinist Charles de Berriot. It took her years to annul her first marriage, but she and Charles finally wed in 1836. Only a few months later, Maria suffered a terrible accident while pregnant with their second child. She was horseback riding with friends in London when her horse threw her, tangled her in the stirrups, and dragged her. Throughout her career, Maria had experienced many accidents, illnesses, and injuries which she always performed through. This time was no different. For weeks, she kept her injuries a secret, carrying on as usual, but the internal damage she'd sustained sapped her health. Somehow, though, her voice remained strong. During her last performance in England, the contrast between her physical form and her powerful voice stirred her audience. One critic wrote, "The storm of cheering which followed the stupendous essay was still unabated, when the unfortunate idol of an enraptured audience, who but a moment before was lighted up with fire and animation, sank in an exhausted state under the effect of her excitement." Maria spent the following days drifting in and out of consciousness and undergoing various misguided treatments as her health plummeted. She had a miscarriage and died soon after. She was 28 years old. It was a public tragedy, and many fans attended Maria's funeral. In life, many attributed Maria's raw talent to the pressures of her upbringing and her father's training. Some used a similar logic to make sense of her death, concluding that she died so tragically because of her passion. Both of these romantic ideas hid an ugly truth the public didn't seem as interested in: that someone had caused her a lot of pain and left her with a heavy burden to carry. It's a familiar story that has echoes in our culture today. All month, we're talking about divas. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, the show's co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm John Walsh. Do you suffer from muscle pain due to overuse, exercise, or aging like I did? I finally found relief with Omega XL, a clinically proven, natural, drug-free supplement that helps relieve joint pain and muscle soreness. Take back your life and feel younger like I did with Omega XL.
Visit OmegaXL.com/buy now for Omega XL's BOGO special. That's less than $20 a bottle. Remember, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. Terms apply. Visit OmegaXL.com/buy.
Amazon Pharmacy presents Painful Thoughts.
The guy in front of me in the pharmacy line is halfway through an incredibly detailed 17-minute story about his gout, a story likely more painful than the gout itself.
Next time, save yourself the pain and let Amazon Pharmacy deliver your meds right to your door. Amazon Pharmacy. Healthcare just got less painful.